Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Lavella, and we are continuing our single player survival Let's Play Vanilla. It is Java, Minecraft, and we are now at 116.3 at the time of this recording. And I didn't review my last episode like I usually do, so I have no idea what I said we were going to do this episode, but this is what I'm in the mood to do. I had to come up here and get some XP so I could repair a shovel. And when I say repair, I mean like with diamonds. I don't have anything mending yet. And I got tired of looking at the room. So, I have no idea what design I want to do. I grabbed some blocks I wanted to try, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to try. I did set up a little bit of storage uh, because that little double chest was just not working. And I don't intend to keep all of this. This is here for like when I'm waiting for the zombies to build up or whatever. I can, get the XP off of these and smelt some gold nuggets and, do stuff like that while I'm waiting. Let's go ahead and kill these off real quick. I don't want them to build up too much. But we're not going to keep doing this through the whole thing. I want to get this built and hopefully finish in this episode. Neebs Gaming is one of the YouTube channels I watch. If you watched any of my other videos, chances are you heard me talking about Hermitcraft, because that is one of my favorite things of all time is Hermitcraft. If you are sick of hearing about Hermitcraft, you really don't want to watch my series because I talk about them a lot. I think I want to try obsidian for the floor. I don't know how well that's going to work, but I kind of want to do it as a pattern kind of thing. So, and I haven't counted this out or anything. We're just going to kind of play with it. And obsidian is not something I typically build with, especially if I'm experimenting because of this right here. And we're not going to use the silk touch for this because it takes so long to break it. So if you mess up, it takes a minute. Okay, and then one here. I don't want a complete obsidian floor. I just kind of want a little bit of a pattern, We'll start it over here. Take this out. This may mean I have to rework the stairs a little bit, which is lovely. And I say that with the utmost sarcasm. I don't think I've ever had so much trouble getting a staircase in. Okay, well, I mean, this is nothing fancy and it's not anything special, but this is what we're going to go with right now. Let me gather up my stuff. I think I got it all. And I think we're going to go ahead and use the brick slabs. Do I want to put them on the floor? No, I don't think I do. I think I want it flush. I see people use like stairs and stuff in their floor to kind of like make little divots in the floor for detail and variety, and I think it looks great. But, and I know this sounds really petty, but it really irritates me. I've tried that, and it kind of irritates me walking on it. Not like it's a big deal because you move right over it. It's not like it's, a huge thing, but it annoys me, so it's not something I choose to do. I like the look. I don't know. I'm weird. But I'm also the same person who doesn't like to hear my feet crunching in snow in a game, so as I said, I know I'm weird. But I'm really okay with that. We're not gonna have, well, I don't know how many we're gonna need. I did some work over on our swamp village, but it's just grindy bits of laying out platforms, and I moved the chests where we were storing stuff, so I wasn't having to like swim back over to that area all the time. Not that I had to swim; it's pretty shallow, and I have depth strider boots. But I just moved them where it's more convenient. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like this so far. I've mentioned this before. There are a lot of, and air quote, professional Minecrafters that will advise you to practice. Let's go ahead and put this stuff out until we need it because it's just going to get in my way. To practice your builds before doing them, and that is great advice. Don't get me wrong. But I really don't need that many. Let's just do this. Don't need that many slabs right now. But it just doesn't work for me. Now, if I'm trying to figure out something like a dome or, plot out a circle or, something like that, then yes, I will. But for the most part, I don't. And it's silly because, well, I kind of, it's probably not that silly. But the thing is, uh, where did I put my ammo? There it is. I didn't want it to just fall when I took the floor out. Okay. The thing is, I do know that a lot of my builds are similar to other things that I've built. But when I'm in the mood to build something, if I've already built it in creative, and I say this from experience because I've tried this before, if I've already built it in creative, I have a tendency to not want to build it again because I've already done it. And there's about 50 bajillion things I want to build. And even though I have played Minecraft for, what was it? Oh, in February it'll be 10 years. Yeah. Even though I've played Minecraft for that long, let's see, we went to right here. Yes, we did. You would think I would have built everything that I had wanted to build by now, but not necessarily the case. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take this out real quick just so I can reach everything a little easier. Okay, now we can put it back. Alright, so yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah, it's not super fancy. It's just, a couple of little sort of circles, but yeah, I kind of like it. Okay, so for the ceiling, well, hang on a second. Let's get some light going. Last thing I need is to have to stop and fight mobs. Of course, with all the zombies in the spawner, we may not have... Of course, I doubt they're taking up the whole mob cap. But you know what? Let me take that out of there because I'll forget that's there and I'll be like, why can't I get a good enchantment? Okay, so for the ceiling, and yes, I know I covered up my staircase. Actually, let's do that now. Make sure I can come up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shift this whole staircase. I don't wanna. I'll do that off camera. That's like super boring. Basically, I'm gonna take that stair out, put a different block in, probably granite, something I don't use, and then I'll put a stair where this is a smooth transition, and I'll just move it, shift all the stairs all the way around and down and round and down to the storage room by one stair. Welcome to Minecraft. Okay, so the thing with this, okay, we have that, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's right. Oh, it looks different because it's going up in the ceiling. Okay, so that just needs a filler. I have granite for that. Wait, no. Okay, this isn't water, is it? No. Okay, let's go ahead and brick that. And this. Okay, that cleans that up. Okay, and that's good. I don't know why this looks like it's off. I mean, I realize it's off center. I realize the room is not centered around the zombie spawner. No. No. We're not going to worry about that, I don't think. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how centered these are. This is the, yeah, 1, 2, 3. And the wall. Wait. 1, 2, 3, and then the wall. Okay, let's not waste this. This is wall. So, back to the granite. Okay. That actually worked out pretty well, considering I was guessing. I guess if you play Minecraft long enough, once in a while you get lucky when you just eyeball something. Okay, so we have that sorted. Alright, let's get the ceiling in. And I think I'm gonna do diorite slabs. I know, Iskall hates diorite, but I don't. Do I want to put it in everything? Absolutely not. But I happen to think that diorite has the potential to look nice. Ah! It's not where I wanted it. Bluetooth. I was watching some Netflix while I ate some supper real quick. And, oh, I started talking about Neebs Gaming. And I got sidetracked and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I listened to a podcast, they call it a Neebs cast, of the crew. I don't know what you call them. Anyway, and one of the things they were talking about, what they do is they basically show footage from their series. Like this one was, some Ark series footage, and they do that, and then they just talk. They just talk about different things. And I'm not really into Ark. I'm not against it. It's just the dinosaur thing doesn't appeal to me, and I'm not one of these people with the patience to tame animals, and that seems to be the majority of the focus of Ark, is to get supplies so you can go tame. And that seems to be I realize on public servers there's, I think there's PvP involved. Again, not my thing. But, and I will say this right now, if you are a parent and you censor what your child watches, they should not be watching Neebs Gaming. There is a lot of adult language and adult humor. I happen to be an adult, and I find them quite entertaining and amusing, but it's probably not what most people would consider child-friendly. That being said, I love them. They make me laugh so much, and a lot of times it's not even what they're doing in their videos, it's just the interactions with each other, because they play Scrap Mechanic, and they play 7 Days to Die, and they play they used to do Call of Duty and stuff, but I don't think they do that anymore, or Battlefront, I don't know. Anyway, shooters, they used to do those. I haven't seen those in a while. They also do animated, some Minecraft animated stuff. Why am I not able to place this? Oh, I still have to jump even though I'm standing up here, really? Anyway, so I was watching them while I was eating my supper before I started recording, and they were talking about a show called Alone. And apparently it is a survival show where I knew that was going to happen. Where they take these people, they're allowed to pick 10 items, and they drop them off out in the wilderness separately. They are each by themselves. Doing that. They are each by themselves, and they have to survive. It's a survival show, and I've seen it advertised on Netflix, and the concept interested me when I saw that. Hang on, I gotta get a drink. I'm talking too much. Oh, tea, so good. I'm trying to behave. It's half unsweet tea and half raspberry tea, sweet raspberry tea. Anyway, obviously the idea of surviving by your wits and having to build, I'm using hand gestures, that's why I've stopped moving. Some people can't talk without using their hands. I'm not always like that, but for some reason I just decided to do it. Anyway, that was weird. So, Anyway, I had seen it. You know, when you open Netflix, it has all these shows you can choose from, and has the little info blurb that tells you what it's about. So you know you might want to watch it. Blah blah blah. And the concept sounded fascinating to me, but I never started watching it because the first thing that popped into my head was Survivor. And obviously, I'm playing a survival game. I've played Rising World. I've played, well, those can't be the only two survival games. Raft. I've tried Bermuda Triangle. I've played some Stranded Deep. Anyway, or Bermuda. I don't think it's Bermuda Triangle. Anyway, I like survival games. I think it's fun, and I think it's a challenge. Of course, Minecraft, after almost 10 years, there's not a whole lot of challenge left, except for the Nether. I will say the Nether does challenge me now that they've had the update. And I rather enjoy that. But then there's times I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. I've only been complaining for about 5, 6 years at least about how easy Minecraft is, and now that they've upped the game, I'm like, you want me to do what? They're gonna attack me and stuff. Yeah, I'm a big baby. So, I mean, yeah, we're gonna be spending time in the Nether. I'm just saying. I whine like a little girl when I have to actually do stuff, even though it's the kind of stuff I've been wanting all this time. Anyway, back to this. I keep getting distracted. Oh, you're not gonna let me do it. Okay, well, we will double up. Okay, hang on. These people are just driving me crazy. Y'all are making way too much noise, and I don't want to mess with my volume because I will forget to turn it back up, and then a creeper will blow me up, and I will be angry. Let me get these guys killed. Come on, you're almost finished. Alright. Anyway. Anyway. Of course, there's more, I know, but it'll be okay. So, I was watching I was listening, well, halfway watching, mostly listening to the Neebs cast, and they were talking about this show Alone. Well, like I said, whenever I saw it advertised on Netflix, at first I was interested. I was like, but then I was kind of like, it's probably like another Survivor. And I do not like Survivor because when they first came out, like a million years ago with that series, I wanted to watch it, and I started to watch it. And then I realized it's not about surviving. It's about lying, cheating, backstabbing, running hurdles. It's not survival. It's drama and mind games. And I have zero interest in that in a virtual world or a real world. I'm not going to waste my time watching other people screw each other over. It's just not my idea of entertainment. There we go. Okay, is this right? I believe it is. Okay. So anyway, they kept talking about this show Alone. And they just were talking about how good it was and what season they're on and what episode they're watching and how much they're really enjoying it. And they were saying, well, Barry needs to fix his house because winter's coming and, different stuff like that. And I thought, okay. Oh, there's our timer. Well, we're going to ignore it, as we always do. they just kept talking about it, and I was just like, I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to check it out because they just keep talking about it. So I did, and I was watching it, like I said, right before I started recording. I was eating supper, and I wonder how many stairs. So I watched the first. Netflix starts at season 6, and that already kind of annoyed me because I prefer to start watching something from the beginning. Oh, I'm gonna have to erga. I know better than that. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, so I started watching it, even though it was season 6, and it is actually a survival show. It's not about I'm going to be your best friend and we're going to stick this out together and then turn around and I'm going to stab you in the back. It's not like that. They take 10 people and they get to pick 10 items and they drop them off out in the wilderness separately. So each person is actually alone. There's no one to lie to or to cheat. Excuse me. They don't have that opportunity. It is simply people trying to find food and make a shelter and survive the weather and survive the predators that are in the area. And it is actually a survival show. Now, I will say that a guy did kill a squirrel, and it actually, I'm not really a bleeding heart kind of person, but I'm not a hunter. And you don't have to be a male to be a hunter. Females can be hunters too. But it's just not me. I'm not a hunter. Well, but I do understand. I'm one of these. Here's the thing. If you're just going to shoot things to prove you can shoot a gun, then you need to have that gun taken away from you forever. If you're going to kill an animal because you're going to eat it and or use the skin and or use the bones and or you're going to utilize the animal like it should be, well, that's another story. I get that. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's the right direction. And that's what this guy did. He was like, first of all, the reason he went after the squirrel is because the squirrel was in the tree and was chattering away. And he said, that squirrel is telling every animal around here that I'm here, which is going to make it difficult for him to find anybody he can hunt so he can eat. So the squirrel, first of all, was keeping him from being able to hunt effectively, and it was also a food source. So he shot it with a bow and arrow. And he actually, I know this is going to be kind of gruesome for some people, but he actually shot it right through the ears. So it was like an instant kill. So that the animal, I'm sure, didn't have time to even know anything happened. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not into cruelty to animals either. I am a carnivore, but I'm not into animal cruelty. I think that's just wrong. But anyway, so yeah, that's he did that, and he said, I'm going to use the insides for fish bait so I can fish and get some food. And of course, he was going to eat the squirrel meat, and so he wasn't just killing it to be killing it. There was an actual purpose to the whole thing. So yeah, so far, and I've only watched the first episode of season 6, and so far I'm ready to watch another one. And as a matter of fact, I almost did, instead of recording, But I wanted to get this done because it's really starting to bother me. And I wanted to get it finished. So I knew that if I watched another one, then I was going to want to watch another one, then I was going to want to watch another one. And this would never get done. And I didn't want to do it off camera. So here we are. Wrong, wrong, wrong. This way. I'm putting another row of slabs on here so that there's a little more detail, so it like gradually goes into the stairs. And I know a lot of people don't like diorite, but I think the smooth stone stairs next to the raw, I'm not a big fan of the polished. I've used the polished and it's okay, but it's not my favorite. But this combination I really like. I really do. I wouldn't call it a favorite building block, but I do like the effect of the smooth stone stairs next to the raw diorite. I think it looks good. But anyway, so if you like survival shows that are actually survival, I think The Amazing Race and this show are the only two reality shows I've ever really watched. Oh, well, unless you count like American Idol or The Voice or something like that. I like those too. But anyway, so I've talked way past my time and I need to go get some more smooth stone so I can finish these stairs around for the trim. And we're going to come back and do the walls as soon as we figure out what we want to make them out of. I don't know yet. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video and listening to me ramble, ramble, ramble. I do appreciate you sharing your time with me. Again, thank you, and we will see you later.